Full time at the Emirates Stadium, Arsenal 3, West Ham 0. We won a game. 3 goals, 3 points. 3-year contract for Arsene Wenger. Don't rule it out. As a fan was disappearing over the exits just behind me there at full time, he shouted, "Arsene Wenger forever." I don't know about that, but you do wonder if maybe after a positive result, if they are going to announce a new contract, if that is what's happening, maybe this will be the time they look to do it. Look, the mood at kickoff was not exactly buoyant. There was talk of a protest today with fans waiting until the 13th minute to come into the game. I'm not sure how much that materialised in the end. What I can say is there were plenty of empty seats. I think that's down more to a kind of general sense of apathy than any specific protest. And in the first half, there weren't too many encouraging signs. It was a close game. Arsenal might have had a penalty for a foul on Theo Walcott. That was a kind of recurring theme across the evening. Martin Atkinson doing little to endear himself to the Arsenal fans with some of his decision making. We had to wait until the second half for the goals. Mesut Ozil opened the scoring, a clipped effort that bounced in front of Darren Randolph on the edge of the box. And to be honest, as soon as that went in, Arsenal looked a different team, and Ozil specifically looked a different player. He really came to life, was involved in the build-up to the second goal. Alexis with a lovely back flick, Ozil's cut back, and Theo Walcott tucked it away. I think Theo, he wore the captain's armband today, and I think over the past... I'm just turning around because I can hear a song that I haven't heard sung for a long time here, and that's One Arsene Wenger. There are some Arsenal fans right over on the far side of the ground serenading Arsene Wenger. When the result goes your way, I guess attitudes can shift. Anyway, the second goal was touched away by Walcott. 19 in 32 appearances this season, I believe. A really outstanding record. And I think he's actually shown a lot of character in a lot of his performances. He's stepped up in the big games. He's stepped up when Arsenal have needed goals, needed contributions. He's never going to be a player who's involved all the time, but hard to argue with his record in front of goal this season. And then the third came from substitute Olivier Giroud. It was almost like he saw Mesut Ozil's goal and said, well, the way it bounced in front of the goalkeeper wasn't too pretty. This is how you would score a more aesthetically pleasing version of that goal, cutting inside onto his left foot and just bending it over around Randolph, sending his shot arcing into the far corner. No celebration from Olivier Giroud. Maybe a bit disgruntled about missing out on the starting 11 again. Danny Welbeck picked. And Welbeck probably should have scored a couple of goals today. Both chances fell to him on his left foot, but at the top of his game you'd expect him to take those. I guess maybe there's a bit of rustiness there. I feel like with Welbeck he's always looked a bit more clinical away from home than he has at the Emirates Stadium. I don't know if it's the pressure or just he doesn't quite feel at home here yet. But I can see why Arsene Wenger continues to pick him. Mobile, dangerous, hard-working. But Giroud coming off the bench, so effective time after time. It could have been more, to be honest. We should have had several penalties. 1 on Walcott, probably 2 on Monreal. Bizarre decisions to let those go. And then I think it's also worth giving a congratulations to Emi Martinez for keeping a clean sheet. Made a couple of decent saves too, and I thought Gabriel Palista acquitted himself well, filling in for Laurent Koscielny. Not the easiest defending against Andy Carroll and company, and I thought he did pretty well. Results elsewhere seem to be going our way. I'm just checking in. Oh, sorry, they aren't going away. They looked like it at one point. Bournemouth led Liverpool. Spurs were trailing at Swansea. Manchester City were even level with Chelsea, but that's all turned around, particularly Spurs with 3 late goals in as many minutes really, and it looks like Liverpool are on course to win. City losing, I guess, is good. United dropped points against Everton. I think really United, it's going to be hard for them to make the top 4 now when I look at their fixtures, and I think they'll put a real emphasis on the Europa League. Spurs will get there, Chelsea will get there, so I think City and Liverpool are the ones we are really competing with, and I think probably City, given their resources, should get over the line, so it's Liverpool's fixtures we've got to pay most attention to. But at least we are back on on the winning front, and we've got some winnable games coming up. It's Crystal Palace next week. We should pick up another 3 points there really, and then it's that huge game in the Cup semi-final against Manchester City. Anyway, I'm going to go. Arsenal won. I'm going to try and enjoy it. It's an unfamiliar feeling of late. Good to be back here and good to be back winning football matches. Imagine it. Cheers. Oh, I'll speak to you tomorrow probably for the contract extension.